Hi, Michelle here, Thrifting 101. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Glad you're stopping in. I got a Sunday thrift haul for you today. I think you're going to enjoy it. Some things I paid up for, but I don't see them around very often, and I can't wait to show you what I got, so here we go. I bought 15 pieces right here of Stetson dinnerware, China dinnerware. Stetson is out of, or was out of, Lincoln, Illinois. And you can see right here, it says 1958, copyright, hand decorated underglaze. And I simply love this pattern. I love pink and I love black together. And these are just great pieces. I think I have a new obsession. These, I've seen only one other person everywhere I've looked that has this pattern listed. They did not have it listed by name, but the interesting thing I found was she had, I think, the dinner plates and a couple of the soup bowls, which I have 7 of the soup bowls and 2 of the dinner plates, were marked copyright 1957. So I'm not quite sure when exactly this pattern started, but I know at least it was 1957 and 1958. I do believe the pattern is called STT434, although, like I said, I really can't find it out there, and I only think it's this pattern name because on replacements.com they didn't show any of the dinnerware you see here, but only I think it was a creamer, and it resembled these flowers quite a bit. So that's what I'm going with. That's the best I can do. Stetson China Company was out of Illinois, Lincoln, Illinois, in fact, and they're in production between 1956 and 1965. And these were, like I said, hand-painted underglaze. The company was started by Louis Stetson, who was originally from Poland. And the company is also known as Stetson Pottery. And it's funny because when I was doing research on Stetson Pottery, I kept seeing all these gorgeous patterns and kept thinking, wow, they remind me a lot of Blue Ridge Southern Pottery. And I did read in somebody's blog that they did liken these patterns to the Southern Blue Ridge pottery pieces, or some of them. They also made some more kind of fine china, but they made a lot of these really cool mid-century pieces. And they sold the company to Marquest, which you probably heard of Marquest. They've been around for quite a while too. And Marquest actually sold most of their dinnerware to furniture and grocery stores as premiums. They were also known, Stetson was also known for their production of Melmac, which was really, really popular in the 1960s. And I did want to show you here, again, the dinner plates are marked, but not all the pieces are marked. The bowls are marked. The bread and butter plates are not marked, and I don't think the bowls were marked. So I was lucky to find all these pieces so that I knew exactly what they were without all that much researching to do. But it was fun researching the pieces anyways. Back at Enjoy, they had tons of the saucers. I keep going back waiting for the cups to come out. So if they come out, I'll let you know. I was at the Goodwill the other day, and we've been having some really, really stormy weather down here in Florida. And I went in, and about 20 minutes later, it started teeming out there. I really didn't find anything that was interesting that I wanted to buy, but I just couldn't leave. That's how bad it was. So I was here for about 2 hours, and I did see them bring out a couple of different bins. And I saw this, and I just kind of fell in love with it. It's plastic. You can hear it right there. It is a coral-colored pink speckled water can. It's got a really nice 1970s vibe to it. It's made by the Misco Enterprise Company out of New York City. I think they're still in business, actually. I paid 69 cents for this really cool 1970s piece, and I see them selling for about $20 online. We were down in Palm Bay the other day. We were heading over to Harbor Freight. We don't get to Palm Bay very often, although it's just a town over. And right next to the Harbor Freight was Goodwill. I'd never been in before, didn't even know it was here. So off I went to the Goodwill, and I found this. And I was so excited because I've never seen one before. I've never even heard of one before. It's a McKee glass, milk glass. Let's see right in here. And it's called a HODL bottle, which I thought was really cute. This is rubberized here, and this is plastic. I don't think it's Bakelite. I think it might be Melmac, although I'm not sure. Probably dates to the mid-1950s. The pattern is called Autumn Gold, and McKee made these HODL bottles to hold hot water. They're carafes, or people have said they put coffee in them before. They did come in clear, and they did come in a few other colors and patterns. I've seen a bunch of them for sale. Some of them don't have the lid. This is really in great condition. It might need a little cleaning up. I paid up for it. I paid $9.99 for it because I'd never seen one before. And they don't sell for much more than $15, I'd say, in this condition. And I'd say that this probably dates to the 1950s. As I said in my last video, the Jeanette Glass Company purchased McKee in 1961, so I know it predates that, but I'm pretty sure it's the mid-1950s. It's just a very cool piece. This is a Pyrex Opalware 13.5-inch rectangle baker, which I've never run across before. I saw it sitting in Enjoy, and it was just one of those things when you're really, really glad you're in the right place at the right time. It's in beautiful condition. Spring Blossom, also known as Crazy Daisy, dates back to 1979. And I paid $3.40 for this. I see them selling online anywhere from $35 to $45, but I'm not going to part with this one. This one's going in the collection. This is one of those pieces I did pay up for. I paid $7.99 for it, but I saw it and I knew I had to have it. You don't see this out in the wild very often. You can see it's blue Carnival glass, and the pattern is Windsor. I'm gonna put it down, it's very heavy. You can look at it, take a look at the inside. And it's a button and cane pattern, and the Federal Glass Company started making this pattern in the 1960s, and then Colony, Indiana bought the company in the 1980s, and they started reproducing this piece again. So I'm not quite sure what the year is, but I can tell you it's between the 60s and the 80s. It's a 10.5-inch round bowl, and it is in amazingly beautiful condition. I'm not going to sell it, I don't think, but they do sell in the $30 to $50 range depending on condition. This was simply a wonderful find at the Goodwill. I never ever see these in thrift stores or Goodwill stores. I only see them in antique stores or antique malls, and they're just beautiful. They are not marked. I paid $4.99 a piece for each of these. They're kind of heavy. And this one right here, they are shell pink. They're milk glass. They were made by Jeanette between 1957 and 1959. And the shell pink line did come in different patterns. This here is a Windsor compote. And this right here, like I think I said, is a small wedding dish or bowl. It is missing its lid, but it's still a really cool piece, excuse me. Make a great planter or maybe a candy dish. I think I'm going to sell this piece off for about $10, and I might hold on to this piece right here. I found this at the Goodwill. I paid 99 cents for it. It is a pottery mug with a really nice brown glaze. This one was a no-brainer. It says Harley Babe right here. Anything Harley Davidson sells really well. These are selling for about $20 free ship online, and I hope to get it listed really soon, right before Mother's Day. Last week I found a milk glass Anchor Hocking meadow green loaf pan. Today, or this week, I found two of the 1-quart casseroles. They were half price, bread was half price, so I paid $5.99 for two of them. They're in really nice condition. They're 1970s. This is a decal here, and they're, like I said, they're in pretty nice condition. I am going to be selling these off. Meadow green seems to be making a really nice comeback, so I don't think I'll have any problem selling them. This was half price. I paid $1 for it, and I pick them up whenever I see them in good condition. This one's in really great condition. They're Corningware, and they're made to use on your Corningware pots so you don't burn yourself, or casseroles. I have my cornflower blue right here. I'll show you how it works. You simply put it on right there and twist it, and voila, keeps you from burning yourself. Like I said, they're very cool, easy to sell. I get about $5 when I sell these online. I picked this up at the Goodwill. I paid $6.99 for it. I did spend a lot of money that day at the Goodwill, but I think I got some really cool pieces. This, as you can see, is Corningware Cornflower Blue. It has a ceramic lid. It's a 2-quart casserole. It's really heavy. I've never run across these with the ceramic lids. They're Pyrosaran, and they produce these between 1978 and 1988, and they sell for about, I've seen them sell for about $50 on replacements.com. I don't like to use replacements.com as a value for what they're worth, but I couldn't find anybody selling one online, so I'm just kind of letting you know that. And Pyrosaran is a really cool glass ceramic material that was developed and trademarked by Corning in 1950s, and it can tolerate really high heats. And I did find a really cool article, excuse me, I wanted to share with you about Pyrosaran, and here it is. It's called Accidents Happen, and it starts, as with many innovations, Corningware was a lab mistake. Right here, lab mistake. First, a furnace malfunctioned, and instead of staying at 600 degrees Celsius, it rose to 900 degrees Celsius, but surprisingly, the glass didn't melt. And the next mistake was when the chemist dropped the white glass and it didn't break. These mistakes led to the creation of Pyrosaran and eventually the first piece of Corningware in 1957. Pyrosaran was introduced to NASA and was used in the space shuttle program. Eventually, a total of 7 generations of Corningware were produced, and although the cornflower blue is synonymous with Corningware, many more patterns were produced. I just thought was really cool. And it goes on to say the original Corningware bakeware was first introduced in 1958, and it was made right here out of the Pyrosaran. You can use it on the stove, in the oven, under the broiler. Just very cool. The World Kitchen Company did acquire Corning in the late 1990s, and they do not make the Pyrosaran anymore. They're simply ceramic pieces. I just fell in love with this. I love everything musical, and this just made me smile the minute I saw it and wound it up. I paid $5 for it. It's in a cardboard case. I thought they dated a little older than this one actually is. I think they date the late 70s to the early 80s. I've seen them with different clowns. They all play the same music. It was made in Taiwan. It has the original sticker right here, little trinket or jewelry box, and it's just a fun little piece. They do, I've seen them selling anywhere from $25 to $45 online. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed the haul. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, leave me a comment, and we'll see you again real soon. They work. You just stick them right on the end of the handle, and you twist. You stick them on the handle, and you twist. It's lock pot holders. I'll show you right here on my Corning pan here. You just stick it right on the handle, and